Today, I will show you the current best heroes deck in Standard, with some of the new cards allowing turns so powerful that most other creature decks just scoop immediately, which made me truly question, are we the heroes, or maybe we are the villains? Well, this one is really interesting. I will go for it. This deck really needs a lot of creatures to work. I think trading is good for us. Minor, sure. Honestly, that's amazing. How do we play this? It has to be Origin. It has to be Origin. And we can make sure we won't draw more lands as well. Bye-bye. Man, that's so useful. We'll get Captain America into Sheltered and Scavenger pumping it. Then we Ethereal Man, I think we've got this game. Like, the power level you will see in a second is just honestly ridiculous. Let's go for what? Plains. Scavenger. And really cool thing about this. Normally when you cast Shelter, they just kill the creature in response. Well, they cannot because it has a shield counter. And suddenly, it's such a problem for opponent. And we get so much life gain. And then there goes the ward, which makes, the whole thing even harder. Nope. Nope. This is exactly what I was talking about. And we put the counter so we can get more life gain. We also have first strike on this guy. Oh, we cannot attack yet. I forgot it's a fresh creature, but it was enough. Bro, everyone is just scooping to this guy. Captain America. Man, this shield counter is such a big deal. And let's go for what? Honestly, just like this, because it makes sure that nothing happens on our turn, and that gives us a little bit of extra safety. We need to get some enchantments going in our enchantment deck. We're half hero, half enchantment, and this is half badger, the perfect two halves. Alright, so what do we go for? It feels like Simrip, because you need to kill Badger every time it happens, immediately. And let's go for the Spider, because that's the play we can make. Swing, face, nothing to exile, everything died, everything got exiled this game. Zenith, oh man, that's pretty powerful and very quick. Did not expect that card. So how do we play it? We definitely drop Captain America. And it really feels like we should go for the armor just for the damage. We could pump the Survivor for one turn. And then I really think this is the play. Because we need something in air to dish all the damage. We can attack with both, but then we lose one. It's not a great deal. We might attack on the next turn. Alright, so far so good. The Flyer will probably do a lot of work. And they are pretty low on mana, because they don't have Badger, so they probably cannot pay the ward. Okay, this is good. This is actually good, because that means we have one more turn before they go for the absolute craziness. And that also means that we can Origin of Spider-Man, which is another enchantment, and this hits, honestly, in two-turn kill, basically. Do we just go for the Spider in 2 turns? They might have a Flyer in the deck. Alright. It seems they don't. Do we miss a land drop? Really? This is so good. You know what? Let's play like this. I think we can. They will play Finn. This must be Golgari. If they play this must be Golgari, because there's only one deck, and they actually have perfect curve, which is kinda wild. So we put this one into the board. It should help. Now we Sheltered by Ghosts. Wait, do we just play another? Could be nice. We have first strike on this. But we know the next card, it will be Sheltered. Okay, I will go with this. Because we can get rid of Finn, prevent all the, poison that might happen. The life gain won't be the biggest deal. But still better to not have, creatures in the board. They cannot kill it, because they need to target it for 2 mana extra, so they need to play land. Hex doesn't kill it. They need different 1 mana removal that hits 3-drop, and then the shield counter protects it anyway, so they literally cannot kill this card. And probably beat it too. And this is just the first Sheltered, so We are just starting. Oh, a slasher. Do you want to attack? I think they don't. I think they don't. Grey Fox. I remember this guy. Is that a viewer or we just played? I'm not fully sure. Did we get something cool? On each creature we control. We got a counter? I guess we did. So what can we really do here? Do we just go Ethereal Armor? I mean, we can swing. This is +2. We don't kill yet. You know what? I think we just go Sheltered. Because we can literally just raise them. And they cannot really kill this creature, so they will never get the creature back. 6 damage. Bro, this is the most stacked Captain America I have ever seen. Like, look at this. He's carrying the whole armor on his back, and he's double sheltered by double ghosts. By the way, freaking guaranteed to draw 2 of them in like 10-12 cards. Once again, we proved it. Oh man, this feels so unfair to our opponent. Let's see what they will do. And our opponent gave up. Guys, this hand will go so incredibly hard because we have Origin of the Avengers with double 3-drop. We probably will drop this guy, but both of them are kinda insane, especially so fast. Our opponent just starting the game. Oh, and this goes around counter spells, by the way, because you play this when your opponent has 1 mana, which means they generally can't counter it. What is the play? So we'll get one of the captains. We definitely don't... To be fair, this can give us a lot of heroes later. But it's so-so. Let's try to get something better. And do we need Sheltered? I don't think it's great. It's not really for the matchup. It could be okay, but on this turn. So we cast it when they are tapped. On the next turn they will be untapped. And this is kinda wild because you may put a creature. You don't cast it. You put it into battlefield, which means it's uncounterable. that's just absolutely legit. I think we go for this because of the shield. Yeah, this shield. Thank you for animation. Can I get animations on my cool dragons? Anyway, what do we go for? They cannot sweep yet. So I think first we swing and see what happens. It will be a little bit hard still matchup if they have a sweeper on turn 3 or 4. Captain America can survive it, but they can get lost it just to prepare it for a sweeper. If they kill Scavenger, that's a little bit better probably. Not necessarily with Helix, which is literally the best removal on turn 2. That is really good for our opponent. But at least we have this small ward. And this small shield that gives everything hexproof. So this will be a little bit hard to remove. We get the counters, which is very nice. I think we can deal more damage if we do it like this. So we go Scavenger. Let's see what they will play. We'll of course unload all the cards, but I still think it's worth just for the extra damage. And we'll put the counter, you know where, on Captain America, Wings of Freedom, so the pump is bigger because the toughness will be bigger. And that means more damage all around. We need to deal 21, so you know guys, we need to be serious about it. We put the counter here, now we swing, 3 toughness, which means we get ability, and this hits for freaking 7. And well, now they need to deal with this whole freaking board. Bye bye, you lost. Wrong card. Man, turn to Helix and it still wasn't enough. Well guys, we're going first with some very optimistic Scavenger. Now I realize why it's so optimistic. Because it's 1-drop on the play. And you know you're probably winning the game. But it's early. We might still get removed. And it seems that, oh my god, we're actually playing against a true master of magic. Turn 1 removal, the famous. What do we go for? Do we go for the spider? I think we go for this spider and not this spider, because of the ward, of course. And let's see if our opponent can get a perfect answer like Strategic Betrayal or Nowhere to Run. No, Wistfulness. Wait, is that just a Cavalro deck? Of course it is. Of course, for a second. For a split second. I thought it's different. Let's go for this. We need to get some counters. We'll, of course, go for Ethereal Armor. We can already deal 4 damage, because the game is 2 turns from over. A truly long match. Man, it's so crazy, because you remember how Abuelo's Awakening was banned because it allowed turn 4, like, combo wins? Doesn't this deck also win with combo on turn 4? But I guess now it's okay. Now it's fine. So what can we do? Let's split some damage. No. We go all in on the spider, because Awakening cannot target it on the next turn. They need 5 mana for it, which means we go... we can go for this. Let's go human, just to get efficient mana. And we need to kill them in next 2 turns before they win the game, you know? Yep. Here you go. 12 damage. Can they already win the game? They can sweep the whole board, right? They played 4 top and they win the game. Guys, oh, they didn't draw it! Alright, we get the counter. And now, let's go for Avengers Tower, the classic MTG Avengers Tower. Play Captain America. Yes, we are still playing Magic. And swing face. This thing never changes. Honestly, they are so far behind. And Captain America won't die to a sweeper. Raptor. Oh, I remember this card. This is kinda cool. This is just better. Because then we have first strike on like everything. Bro, how are we doing? We are doing 60% of lands. Freaking insane. It's so bad because we don't have plays right now. We have 1 card to play in the whole hand. You know, you would love to play a little bit more optimally. But let's see. Our opponent should win the game if we draw like this. But we'll see if that's the case. They should just take the damage, honestly. And we cannot even play double 2-drop because it's legendary. So yeah, this draw is just not very good. To put it lightly. Yep. And you know, with deck like this, that is just, you know, lands, enchantments and creatures, there's no cardo, no tutoring. Like, you just play what you get and that's it. You don't have really any agency over your draws. But we'll see. Fenrir. And somehow we managed to find a 7th land on 11 cards. Okay, Schaffer. I don't know what to say, but we'll keep swinging until we win the game. That's the game plan. We can go for Avengers Tower, I guess, because that's literally the only play we have. I'm not sure if we go for Agent for the next turn or we go for Avengers Tower. This is kinda better, right? Let's go. Because Tower will not increase our damage on the next turn, so whatever we get, it will be a little bit slow. Alright, drop the bomb, bro. Drop the bomb. This is why you don't draw like this, guys. Please don't draw 7 lands in an aggro deck on 12 cards. Doesn't matter. The game was over when we couldn't draw like Sheltered, Ethereal Armor, we couldn't push more damage. We are against Mono Blue probably, or is it with Crabs? Oh wait, this is the aggro version. Alright. We got insanely good hit here. Man, this is actually insanely good. This might save the whole game. Without it, we would be in some serious troubles. But here we can already start hitting. We have 3 toughness, which makes it kinda hard to remove. And because this is tapped, you know what will happen. Nothing in the graveyard. No discounts for you, my friend. Bro, they might even scoop. I tell you. Because the game is kinda over. Let's go Jennifer, Walters. I'm not sure if they have a road. We cannot check it yet, because of course they cannot cast spells on our turn. And we will see very soon. Let's go for Air Temple. And probably Captain America. We know they cannot really do anything on this turn, so let's make sure that we abuse it to the maximum. If you cannot counter this, it's so hard to answer in board because of the shield counter. So we'll probably get some good value here. 800% value. And do we go for this? If they sweep, we just replay Captain America? I guess good enough. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. And they still need to play a sweeper. If they don't have it, it will of course be a disaster. If they have a sweeper, of course, it's very good for them. Maybe we can draw a land and put a count. I'm not sure. We'll see. We definitely would love a little bit more options than just playing one creature per turn and swinging. But you know, we're playing aggro, so we don't really have too much agency over our results. We just play the cards that we get. Alright, Fountain Port. A truly terrifying monstrosity. And our opponent is playing Soul Guide Lantern, which is not a sweeper, as we all know. And that's really bad. If we get one more turn with this, bro, if we draw a land from the top, we probably win, because it will be so much damage. You can stack Air Temple with the toughness on this guy, so it pumps all the other heroes even more than before, and they also get the counter from Abandoned Air Temple. So if we draw a land, we win. Not a land. Oh, it was so close to the glory. We don't really get anything out of this, so let's swing. I mean, this is still a good pump, but Air Temple would win the game here. So let's go for Origin of the Avengers. Our opponent might win a game here, because they got this extra turn. Oh man, we needed those cards before. Each one of those cards would be amazing. And do we go for Air Temple? No, now it's not needed. It's too late. Do we go for this guy? That's not too bad. It's not too bad. We'll take a single one. And yeah, we pass the turn. Sweeper doesn't kill Captain America, which is lethal, so this is a big problem for our opponent. I think we might, you know, they might die on this turn. Yeah, because, oh, this is a live game. Freaking live game. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Man, now Cavern... I'm sorry, I didn't play around Fumigate, because now land would allow us to deal 1 extra damage. Can you guys believe what is going on? We'll swing again, and we don't need more. I think this is enough board to just force, you know, a lot of plays. I think they might sweep again, and then we replay both of those probably if we get the mana. Or I guess we can put... No, we are not putting anything. Okay, that's a good sign. This is a bad draw. So what is the play? Fire magic. Okay, sure. Not really sure why they did it now, but I'm kinda happy with it. Captain America. Let's go again. Keep hitting face. I mean, man, this art is perfect. This is what we are doing as aggro player. Just we run and hit face and see what happens next. And they kill themselves. Alright, on the draw, but we have pretty good hands, so, you know, this is as good as it gets on the draw. We will play it. Everyday normal guy. And now I feel bad for playing this deck against our friend. But is this Jeskai? Oh, this sound makes me happy. It actually does. We'll go with Origin of the Avengers. And because we need to set up a little bit better than this. What is the next play? Probably Scavenger into Origins. Oh, this will be interesting. I think we need 1-drop, because we'll have 2-drop into 1-drop. So basically, I think that one of the Jeskai decks played single Thunder Magic. We showcased it, so I kinda remember. And this might be exactly the deck we are dealing with right now. So we will go for Scavenger. It seems they have a counter spell. And we'll play Sheltered by Ghosts and try to mess our opponent up even harder. So we already get the flying. We'll put the counter, so... Oh, it cannot attack. It just entered the battlefield. But unless it's second threat, they cannot sweep. So we will get some attacks with this. But We'll get the counter from the Origins. I wonder how hard we should go on this turn. We probably should go for Origins here. It already pumps with extra damage, so I think it's worth it. And we'll keep the Spider for the after sweeping, you know? Maybe I should play the Sim Rip. But this 1 damage right now is not changing too much, so let's wait. Maybe they will play something weird like Mind Stone. Alright, this is the big turn. Okay, they got the card. Good game! I will play it out, but it's good game. Let's go for the hero. Let's play the hero. And lose the hero on the next turn, because they have enough mana to pay the ward. We won't draw more creatures, and they can answer everything. So we'll wait 1 or 2 turns, and then we'll scoop. Just showing you that it was inevitable. Do you want to do something to my cool spider hero? Maybe now? 4 damage? Honestly, they can just take it. Yep, good call. And we'll play Origin of the Avengers. Hopefully we can get Scry, but most likely they should normalize it. Because we have 2 mana, and that's perfect. So the game is pretty much decided at this point. The whole gameplay was... They played the sweeper. Ta-da! That's it. But it's just Sky Control, so, you know, they are getting a pass. I know how cool it feels to sweep this type of board, so, you know, we need to pay the toll. Oh, another land for me. Alright, well, good game. That was it. Our opponent played the sweeper, and that's the whole aggro gameplay. Well, guys, let's go with the survivor. It will actually be kinda useful, because we need to get rid of the, you know, the graveyard and some lands before Explorer hits the board. The filthy badger is entering the battlefield, but thankfully we have answers. When you see badger, you don't think about the next play. The play is always, oh my god, I need to kill this because I lose the game otherwise. Which is a great situation for a 2-drop. So we will just keep swinging a little bit with the damage, and the game is close to over. But Sloth, your opponent played 2 turns, and you too. Yep. That's why we are in the late game. We have probably like 2 big plays, both of us, and then the game will end. Unless they scoop faster, because it depends what they have. If they don't have good play for this turn, they can even scoop right now. Because they cannot contest this card, probably for the rest of the game. Like, this will be so huge in a moment. Oh man. Can I, like... play? Thanks. What was that? So guys, what do we go for? Well, I think it's simple. We'll just go for Llanowar Elves to prevent the mana. I know it seems weird, but believe me, I think this is the right choice. Because we are not scared of this card. It will chomp block the same as Elf, but this one doesn't give them mana. And they need mana to make a new play, because this doesn't do anything. Oh, it's a badger. It's a badger, the one hope to always somehow win the game that you should never win. But I think even badger cannot carry this one. What can we do? I just realized we are playing the whole game out of 2 mana. But is that even a problem? We have first strike. So when we attack, they block with a land. Get it back. And then we play a new creature. Let's swing. Good. This is actually good for us, because first they lose the ramp, and second moment, I'm thinking about the next play. This is not a hero, so I guess we go with Jennifer. Just to have a new creature in the board. And then we'll make some decisions. So basically, they lost the blocker, which will help us in future. And the problem is that they have Badger and all this crazy mana, but at least they don't get the ramp from the second land, you know? Yeah, they still cannot attack, and defending won't be easy for them. But they are buying a ton of time, which is one of the reasons we might Ethereal Armor Jennifer, just to get 2 creatures that can attack land. This is kinda fine, we probably need those. And we will definitely go for the agent. Do we go Ethereal? I mean, we will, but on what? On what? Probably on Jennifer. Like, she will grow because of those triggers, and this is already a ton of damage. So now they need to sacrifice 2 creatures per turn. We're at 32, so they cannot race us, and we scale every turn, so it will be so hard for them to win, even with Ascension and even with the almighty Badger. Yeah, they're losing so many creatures a turn now. They should take damage from one of those creatures, honestly, and just block with the land, probably. Okay, I'm really happy with this. Because they lost 1 mana for the next turn, because of course they don't get the extra effect from Badger, sure. And also, they're losing blockers, so soon they won't be able to keep up. And don't forget, they don't need to just block. They need to deal 40 damage to our face, and they cannot even block right now. So this might be a bit of a problem. Yep, told you, they cannot contest this card for the whole game. Ethereal Armor is so massive in those matchups, especially that you get the first strike, so they cannot even trade with multiple creatures, because you just kill them before they deal damage. Yep, we might even go with Sentry, but first, swing. And let's see what happens. We could play it a little bit differently, but we're getting more and more ahead, so I think this is the winning line of play. Bro, if they lose Badger, you know something crazy is going on. Let's go. This way we deal more damage. And we like damage. Up to 46. Our opponent literally at 1. And how do we win this? How do we win this, guys? I think we go for the Sentry. Because this is the creature that they probably cannot deal with. And here's the Void. Indestructible. Flying. And we'll fight our eternal battle. It's kinda not amazing, this is also indestructible, but we'll find Simrip at some point. And we also have flyers, so yeah, they just don't have enough creatures. So guys, we need to talk about heroes in Standard, because right now we have 2 very popular versions, one of them sitting at a freaking 34% win rate, so it's not very competitive, to put it lightly. However, to my surprise, the other version, the one you've seen in this video, is actually at 56% win rate, which would put it around like top 10 meta decks by, you know, the best win rate. So that absolutely kind of shocked me, to be honest. I didn't expect any heroes this high, but we'll talk about all of this in a second, because for today, our true hero, and also the absolute legend for the channel, is none other than Seth and my friend. I believe you've never got mono white, so we will fix this today with all heroes, and really thank you for supporting the channel and being part of it for all of this time. Really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed the video. It was a little bit of a different one. And about the whole deck, so basically, first, I need to mention that we are playing 2 of those guys, and in the original deck list you play 3. But Sloth, what did you cut? Nothing. The deck in original version had 61 cards, so we just went to 60. Just giving you the full deck list. And that being said, the big part of success of this deck is probably because it shares the package with, you know, mono white that is always super high, usually in like top 3 of Standard. And this package is basically shared between those decks and the origins. However, that being said, the new edition, especially Captain America, this card is so perfect for Shelter by Ghost because it's so hard to remove, and because you play it with Origin of the Avengers, it can drop basically without paying this 3 mana, so it costs practically, it costs 2 mana, and it drops with a shield already. You can Shelter by Ghost and also have 1 more spell. You lose Shard Mage Rescue, which is something that I think definitely could be tried. I personally didn't really like the Agent feel, because I feel it's a little bit slow, it has not too good of a stat line, and it doesn't synergize fully with all the creatures, so maybe we can replace it for something better. I'm not sure, maybe just Origin of Spider-Man, because we only play 2, or maybe of Avengers. We need some more origins, that's for sure. And I never really used Avengers Tower, even though the land looks great. In reality, it's very slow. And also, I didn't really get too much value out of this Sentry. Don't forget that this Void token attacks each combat if able. and it has no vigilance, so it attacks, you block with the Sentry, and then you can freely attack with a freaking 5/5 flyer that is indestructible, so it probably will never die in most of the matchups. So you still get a ton of value, but we really didn't use it to full potential. Usually the games are over with Captain America. So guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, helps the channel and makes me know that you enjoyed the content. And yeah, thank you to our amazing patrons for supporting every single video so we can make more and enjoy all the archetypes on this channel. Thank you so much, guys. And yeah, that's kinda it. That's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to drop a comment. I love reading those, and see you guys tomorrow.